Hey guys. Hey. Hello everyone. My name is Tracy and I am a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I'm going to start you off with a comment here because sometimes, there we go. Hello, yay, we're feeding on. Hi everybody. This is the old fashioned way. This is the way we used to do it. Hello, Miss Deborah. I see you on there. Thank you for being here tonight. We are starting with basics tonight. So please hear me at the beginning of this video. If you know anyone that is new to painting, this is really going to be a helpful video for someone who's starting from scratch. Hi Cheyenne and Marilyn. I know that we'll have a lot of my regulars here tonight as well. Dixie Belle Paint Company is an enormous, has an enormous following on the social media scene. They are based out of Florida. They carry now two different lines of paint. We have the chalk mineral paint. We have which is a wonderful artistic blending paint. We have the silk line of paint, which is an all-in-one paint. It's got a built-in bonding primer and a built-in top coat as well. Not body, yes, a blocking primer and a built-in top coat as well. We have every single, they call it the bells and whistles line. We have stencils and mylar stencils. We've got stick and style stencils. We've got glazes, waxes, top coats, multiple top coats, outdoor type top coat, everything you can imagine, brushes, tools. It's kind of a one-stop shop. And I am lucky enough that I get to be a brand ambassador for that paint company. There aren't very many of us. We also have content creators. We have retailers around the world now. So if you haven't heard of Dixie Belle, welcome to the Dixie Belle family. Hi, Miss Juana. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Hi, Dar. How are you? Yes, it is. Even though, so Dar just said it says good for us always to get back down to the basics. So that's what we're going to do. I had like 3 Zoom meetings today, and in those meetings we were talking about, you know, sometimes we get so far into all the fanciness and building and how fabulous can we make this piece, and it's got, you know, people need to take out a loan basically to get all of the products that are on it. And you know what, we need to scale it down sometimes. And I was starting a piece from scratch tonight with y'all. And my first instinct is always, oh, I got to get out there and get it prepped. I got to go out there and get it ready. I got to get my base coat on so I can show them all the fancy stuff. And today I was like, nope, it's been a busy day and I'm just going to start from scratch with them. So that is what we're going to do. So, oh yeah, sick of rain, Juana. I bet you are. We've all had a lot of rain, and I watched that river of yours rise around you. So yes, you sure have. Hi, Sue and Sharon and Cindy. So that's our focus tonight. If you know someone new, I would love it if you'd share the video, tag their name, send it to them, send it in Messenger, whatever. Let them know that we're on, and we're going to get started. So my point to this is even pretty pieces like this, sometimes people want to paint them. And it's okay. This piece is a gorgeous nightstand, but guess what? It doesn't have a pair. I got it at a thrift. I got it at Goodwill. It did not come with a pair. Not very many people just need a single nightstand. And if they do, they may be using it in like a child's room next to a bed where you really only have one nightstand in there sometimes. Or maybe you're using it in an entry hall to drop your keys in a basket or something like that. And maybe they don't want this typical came with a whole huge king size bed, you know, finish on it. Maybe they don't want that. So it's okay. It's okay to paint them. And that's what we're going to do. So you don't have to have a piece that's completely beat up and needs a lot of work to have the excuse to paint it. It could just be that you want something other than what you've got. You want it to look different than what it is. All right. All right. So is that a headband? Nancy, it is a headband. It is not a bathing suit top. It's a headband. Actually, it's a scarf with Brussels sprouts on it. It's got Brussels sprouts on it. Oh, I need to get my jar. Hold on just a second. I forgot. Hold on. Where'd it go? Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with step 1. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Not really. I'm not going to tell you a story. Oh, Michelle, you know me well. Yes, you do. So I'm going to move aside and let you guys look at this piece, okay? So let's just imagine, actually, guys, oddly enough, this piece is very similar to my 2 nightstands. I have 2 nightstands that are crazy similar to this. And I just asked Matt recently, because our tops are worn out, because we've like put cups of water and spilled stuff on it over the years. We probably had them 10 years. I was like, do you feel like, would it be okay if you're going to let me paint my nightstands? So anyway, and then I came across this beauty in Goodwill. So anyway, this is the story I'm going to tell you. Oh, please go follow me at Tracy's Fancy. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Hi, Charlene. Good to see you here. I have Dixie Belle's usually behind the scenes answering any questions that I might not see. Also, we have usually Matt, my husband, is here, but he had a conference call late at work, so he's not here with us right now. But I also have someone who works with me that was going to join behind the scenes as well to help share links, or if I mention like a blog or my website or my link, she will throw that in there too if y'all see someone doing that as well. So anyway, the story that I'm going to tell you is you have a piece of furniture at home and you are tired of brown, or you're tired of walnut, or you're tired of cherry, or maybe it had already been painted and you want it to look differently. So hi, Dixie Belle. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, sweet Belva, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Yep, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and my website, traceysfancy.com. And then right here every single Wednesday night at 7:00 p.m. Okay, so you have a piece of furniture and maybe you've never painted before. I do recommend starting with something small. Now you can start with, actually, let me grab one. I have one right here. Let me grab something. This is a really good idea. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, so you've probably seen me paint a lot of these. You've probably seen a lot of people paint them, but jewelry boxes, right? Jewelry boxes. Hello, Maureen from Fort Myers, one of my favorite places in the world. Hello, honey, how are you? This jewelry box I got at Goodwill. Does it still have a price tag on it? Nope, it does not. So I bought this jewelry box at Goodwill. This is a great place to start. This jewelry box basically has the same finish that this does. Look at that. I mean, they're almost identical, right? So if you, oh, it does have the price tag on it. It was $5.99. So this little jewelry box is sort of like painting a miniature dresser. It's a great place to start. Thank you, Debbie. That's Miss Debbie. That's my friend. This is a great place to start. However, there are lots of little tininess about it, which sometimes can be a little bit intricate, and you're not going to use a big giant paintbrush on this. You're going to use like little artist craft brushes, but it's a great place to try Dixie Belle for the first time. Something small, okay? Something small, not too difficult. Then, once you get used to doing something like that, and you've been in the paint a little bit, it's time to step it up a little bit. So maybe you want to go to a step stool, or how about a nightstand? So it's time to do your nightstand. What do? You're out in the garage and you're like, oh, I'm so nervous. I ordered my paint. I don't know if I ordered all the right stuff. Oh, speaking of ordering all the right stuff, Dixie Belle just launched our inspo boxes today. Inspiration boxes, or kits is what I like to call them. It's everything you need in a kit in one place for those of you who have not done what we're talking about right now, and that's like get your stuff ordered. And they're all inspired by the brand ambassadors. 5 of them released today, and the rest of them will release in another week or so. So yes, if you want to, I think that I posted that on my Facebook page today, and you can follow my link over there and find those, and they are a lot of fun. So what do? You're going to walk out to your garage, and you're going to say, I don't know if I ordered the right stuff, but here's my nightstand, and what am I going to do? Oh, I'm so nervous. Well, guess what? It's just paint. If you don't like what you do, you can just paint over it, okay? So, hi, Amber. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Hi, Cindy. The first thing you want to do is probably take your hardware off. Now, it's kind of a trend right now to paint right over your hardware. It's kind of a cool look. It's kind of a European look to me, kind of an old world look. So you don't have to take it off. You can leave it on there and just paint it. And some people hate that. Take your hardware off. You know what? It's your piece. So you can do with it, you can do whatever you want to it. Yes, inspiration boxes, I know, super exciting. Okay, no, like really exciting. I'm really excited. It's my Alice in Wonderland chair in a box. You don't get the chair, you just get all the stuff. But I'm gonna take the hardware off. I've already removed these two right up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. So if you have a drill or a screwdriver, I'm gonna get up here and take these off. Hey, Matt,
Yes.
are you dressed?
Yes.
You wanna come do this? While I'm talking, would you?
You want me to?
Come take these off
Yeah.
while I'm talking to them, because I can talk to him about. Thank you, baby. Okay, so Matt's home now. Matt's home. Everybody say hi to Matt. That's my honey.
Hello.
He's usually behind the camera. We'll just throw these in here. And you do want to take your hardware off. So see, I was using a screwdriver. I always do. And look, he had to go get the drill. So he's going to use a drill to get them off. Hello, Miss Tammy. Laura, I know, I love it. I was super excited to get it when I saw it. I was just like, oh, and it had no tag on it. I know the lady, I was like, I need that piece. My Goodwill does not have, Laura, you're so sweet. Thank you. Michelle said, hi, honey. And Miss Laura said, you're handsome.
Oh, thank you.
Goodwill, my Goodwill never has anything good. Ever, ever, ever. Debbie says hi too, babe. I find most of my pieces on Facebook Marketplace. I know that everywhere is different. Some places, their marketplace is terrible and their Goodwills are better, or their thrift stores. I'm in a big city. San Antonio is a really big city, so our marketplace is really good. But our vintage and thrifting stores suck. I mean, they're terrible. People aren't going to donate them to Goodwill and Salvation Army because they know, thank you, honey, because they know that they can put it on Marketplace and get some money for it. So, my marketplace is better. That's where I find most of my stuff. All right, you're good. What? Yes, me too. Juana, what is that? A Texas thing? You're my Texas sister. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, Southern Indiana, Melanie. I'm glad you're here, hon. Good to see you. All right, hardware is off. What do you need now? Cleaner. You need some cleaner. Cleaner and some paper towels or rags. Microfiber rags are really good. You might need, if you're working on a piece that's super intricate, you might need like a toothbrush or maybe even a little bit of steel wool, something like that. I know, isn't it nice? I really like it too. So years and years and years, I used vinegar and warm water to clean my furniture. I don't lie about that. I tell people that's what I cleaned stuff with for years, right, babe? We would use vinegar and warm water.
That's right.
And it works. It works okay. But I waited a long time after I started work. I've been with Dixie Belle for about 4 years. I waited a long time before I tried this because I was like, well, but I mean, if I'm going to tell people to use it. Holy crap, this stuff is so good. However, I will tell you that this kind of newer piece like this, you're not gonna get any type of like bleed through stain coming onto your piece, but if you've got a piece that bleeds or you're wondering if it's gonna bleed, if you use a swipe of White Lightning on it, you're gonna know immediately. So White Lightning is a proprietary blend that Dixie Belle has come up with. It is TSP, which is trisodium phosphate, which last week I couldn't remember that word. So thank you, whoever answered me. Someone answered me. Trisodium phosphate and some other things that they put in here. It's a proprietary blend. And you scoop out, I don't know, it's like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons to a gallon of water. Well, I just use this little ugly bottle that's got tape on it. Everyone knows it. I've been using it for years. It's my cleaner bottle. I just put like a little tiny half a teaspoon in it, and I fill this up with water and I shake it up. It's my cleaner bottle. It stays like this all the time. So I've already done the sides of this piece today and nothing came off on my towel. This piece was pristine, totally pristine. So this is what I do. It's in my spray bottle. I just spray it just like this. I just give it a bath, and I spray it a lot. I call it a shower. My furniture gets a shower. I don't dip in a bowl or I just spray it and I let it do its thing. I let it run down. I let it drip. I leave the doors closed. I just work on the front. I can open them a little bit if I want to wipe it down, but that's it. So I do that. This is what it looks like. This will last you, I don't know if you'll ever run out of one jar. You will probably invest in one jar. And I don't know, it'll last you a really, really long time. Hi, Janet. How are you? Hershey Park. Who's talking about Hershey Park? Miss Maureen? Okay, so that's that. Now, I let it sit and kind of do its thing, and then I go ahead and I wipe it down with paper towels or a rag. Crosby, Texas. I have family in Crosby, Texas.
Where the B.O.S.S furniture is?
What? I have family in Crosby. Yeah. You just ran out, Michelle. That means you've been working a lot. Lori, April Rain, this is a Dixie Belle paint page. I think we're all here to see. Oh, Lori, I don't know who you're answering. Thank you for answering Miss April Rain for me. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to just start taking off I'm just going to dry it off. But you'll see, it's not a lot. You can see a little bit of dirt on here. It's not a lot. If you're working on an antique piece, a vintage piece that's real wood, Melbourne, Australia, Miss Monica, hi. If you're working on a piece that's real wood, you know that this is wood underneath like some sort of laminate of some sort. It's got like a, what do you call that, babe? What is this when they put this fake wood look on the top of it? What's that, a laminate?
That is a,
What's that called, guys? Matt's drawn a blank.
yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Someone help me out. What is that called?
Veneer,
Like a veneer?
I think.
It's this like fake sticky stuff. Okay, so that's wiped down pretty good. Uh-oh, babe, can you give me, I don't know what happened to the screwdriver. I need it.
Close it in
I
there.
probably did. So I'll also open my drawers here so I can kind of wipe off the top of those. But there really wasn't much on here. It's most impressive veneer. They're all saying veneer. Good job. Good job, babe. Thank you. So here, I'll open my drawers and I'll just use this towel. Make sure I get the stuff that's petaled. So what it's also doing, I know I'm talking a lot about like bleed through type, oh man, if you've had a piece that's been in someone's house that's smoked, holy cow. Hi, Marissa. Hello, Tammy. Yeah, if you've been in if you get a piece that someone smoked in the house, which by the way, those are really hard to get rid of that smell. Super important to use this on that. It will cut through nicotine buildup like you can't believe. And then that, if you open a piece and it smells like cigarettes, you guys, you need to B.O.S.S it. B.O.S.S. B.O.S.S is the primer that Dixie Belle carries. It comes in clear, white and gray. So if you don't want to put white or gray on your piece, but you're just trying to stop that smell, you need to use B.O.S because it will, it's kind of sad to say, but it'll like seal that smell into the wood. It'll keep it from coming out from the wood anymore. And then you're going to paint on top of it and top coat on top of it. But you even need to do the inside. You need to B.O.S every single thing. B.O.S clear it. B.O.S the insides of the drawers. Put clear over the wood on the inside of the drawers. It'll help stop that smell, and you won't even be able to see that it's been primed because B.O.S clear dries completely clear. So you won't even be able to tell. Okay, so that's wiped down really well. Now I'm going to close it up. Now, I'm not done. I'm not done cleaning because I have used something on here that is going to cut through things. It's going to cut through oils from people's hands. It's going to cut through old fingernail polish, old furniture polish. It's cutting through that. And I know that I've wiped it away, but I haven't wiped it off of there. So if I go and I start chalk painting it, my paint may not adhere well because I've left remnants of the trisodium phosphate, the white lightning, on the piece. So now I give it a shower right here. This looks like Jack Daniels. It is not Jack Daniels. This is water. I had a friend that I met online send it to me. Straight water. This is straight water. Hi, April. So now I give it another bath. I do the same thing, just like this. All right, so you've gone out into your garage. You found your piece of furniture. You're nervous. You took all your hardware off, and you did what Tracey said. You mixed up your white lightning crystals, and you mixed up your water, and you shook it up, and you sprayed the whole piece down, and you wiped it off, and now you've sprayed it down with straight water, straight whiskey water. I have put shaved chunks, scented wax, and breathable bags to permeate the insides of pieces to rid them of that stink. Oh, that's good. Well, the B.O.S Clear really, really helps. Like if that, sometimes the scented things that you put in there eventually will go away, and that if it gets hot or anything like that, that smell will permeate again, and the B.O.S really, really helps with that. Okay, so here's my new paper towel. Fresh rags, fresh paper towels. Now I'm wiping it off. I'm wiping off the water. So this is just to double down and make sure that I've gotten all of the white lightning cleaner off of there. And you may notice too that white lightning will kind of dull your finish. I know that the lights are shining on this right now and y'all are getting a really good reflection. And people always say, oh, do you need to use slick stick on that nightstand? No, I don't need to use slick stick on it. Very, very rarely do you need to use slick stick on wood. Very rarely. The only time I ever recommend using slick stick on wood is if you are working on a piece that was from that old company called Bombay and Company. For some reason, their baked on factory finish doesn't like paint. That I've had some struggles with that in the past. So if it's a Bombay piece or a Bombay jewelry box or Bombay TV trays or Bombay the furniture or the standing jewelry armoires, those I haven't even thought to boss the inside of the drawers. I always use Big Mama's butter. Yes, exactly. So you're conditioning it. You're conditioning the drawer by using the Big Mama's butter, and it smells better, right? Or butter. It smells better for the moment anyway. But you aren't really blocking anything. You're covering it up. The B.O.S. clear on the inside of the drawers, or you open an old armoire that smells like 3 generations of people. It's got that old smell. If you'll just take the extra time to just cover the inside with B.O.S. clear, leave it open, come back the next day, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. You worked at Bombay, Michelle? No wonder, that probably got you hooked into beautiful things, right? I love their stuff. I always loved it. My mom loved shopping there, but woo, their stuff does not like to be painted. And it's such beautiful furniture. It's very, similar to this style here, but they had that really dark, they had a really, really dark finish. What you doing over there, hon?
Watching you.
Oh, you are? Am I missing anything? Will you?
No.
Oh, good. Thank you for letting me know that you're over there. Well, I'm about to paint, so I'm going to have to turn my back here. All right, so now it's time to paint. Now, my nightstand that I've got right here, I already know that I'm not going to have bleed through issues because it's a veneer. I've already wiped it down. I'm not seeing any issues at all. Plus I just know. You don't know sometimes, right? You're a beginner. You're the girl who just walked out into her garage and said, I'm nervous, I'm going to paint this piece. I don't know if it's going to bleed or not. If you ever think a piece might bleed through. What is bleed through? Bleed through is caused by wood tannins. It can also be old oils. It can be nicotine. Those things will seep through your paint after you're finished, and it's not pretty. So Dixie Belle offers something called B.O.S.S, B-O-S-S. It comes in clear, white, and gray. It's what we're talking about for odor, right? It also blocks stains. So it will block your bleed through. So you can use clear, you can use white, or you can use gray. I prefer gray. It's a major color blocker, but I don't need it on this piece. I'm gonna just paint straight onto this piece. But if you have a question, do a little test spot. Turn it around to the side, put a little bit of paint on there, especially if you're gonna use a light color like this. If you put a little bit of light color on there, let it dry, and then get your top coat, because that's when it happens. It happens when you put your top coat on there. It's some sort of chemical reaction that takes place. It's like an osmosis thing it pulls it through the chalk paint. So you put that top coat on there, and then you'll maybe see bleed through. So if it might be a little yellow, a little dingy looking. It might make your white turn orangey or yellow. If it's a darker color like pinks or pale blues, it might turn it like a purpley color sometimes, like wine. You just never know. So you can test it around the side. Miss Malia, are you watching? Hi, honey. Hi. We're doing a way beginner tutorial tonight. Way beginner. All right, so I know that I don't need to prime, and I'm just gonna paint my piece. So then you have to decide what colors do you want to paint it, right? I'm gonna use not silk, I'm gonna use the chalk mineral paint line because I know kind of that I want to do a little bit of an artistic finish on this piece. And so I know that I want to go with multiple colors from the chalk mineral paint line. If I wanted to do a solid color, the silk line would be amazing on this piece. Super smooth, one and done. You can paint it, you're done. You don't need to top coat it. But Amber, you're so welcome. Yes, top coat gets it every time. You're exactly right. So I'm going to use 3 colors from the Chalk Mineral Paint line. Now, I usually am inspired from things around me. And I was inspired by this piece, by a thing that I saw in Hobby Lobby about 2 weeks ago. I took a picture of it. I should have bought it, but I didn't. So I'm going to go back and buy it. Hi, Brenda. Matt, Brenda's saying hi. Hello, Dawn.
Hello, Brenda.
So I was inspired by this wall art that they had, and the colors that were in it were just, oh my gosh, they just were so, so beautiful. So I took a picture, and tonight, that's the colors I want to use. So remember, I didn't even have this piece when I saw that piece in Hobby Lobby, y'all. I didn't even have it. Katie Ann, new paints, silk. I'll have to venture into old videos and research. Yes, hun. We have silk paint now. It's an all-in-one paint. It's got a blocking primer and a top coat built into it. Yes, it's beautiful. Very soft line. Very, very soft. What do they call them? They're Hampton colors. So anyway, think about if you think you have a project that you want to do, or if you're out anywhere in public and you come across a piece, or you come across anything, if it makes you go, oh, shoot a picture of it. That little silly wall hanging on an 8x10 picture made me go, oh, and I took a picture of it. Didn't even have this piece. So then when I got this piece, and today I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I was like, oh yeah, that picture that I saw at Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna do that. So I chose these colors. I'm gonna use Tea Rose. I'm gonna open them up for you right now so that you can see it. So I'm gonna use 3 colors on this piece. So you do kind of need to know where you're going with color. If you want to just start with one, listen, no matter how fancy the piece is in the end, it started out basic, okay? You know that saying, like, don't be intimidated by that, oh, this is an older paint. Don't be intimidated by that fancy lady over there in the makeup department. Do those ladies in the makeup department always intimidate you? They always intimidate me.
Judy wants to know if you wanted silk, would you scuff sand?
They are recommending with silk that you do a little bit of a scuff sand, but maybe I would just, I don't know on this piece. Yes, I would scuff sand on this piece. Yes, that's a good question. So she's scuff sanding. What is scuff sanding if you're new? Scuff sanding is just taking, babe, will you get me one of the finishing pads or one of those surf prep pads underneath there, the bucket, the little sanding squares? Scuff sanding just means taking like a fine grit sandpaper, nothing rough. No, the gray and the colored ones. And just going along and just sort of, you just want to, so this is a finishing pad by Dixie Belle. It's got a sponge on one side, and then on the other side, it's like a sandpaper. I think this is like 220 grit. And you would just go like this. That's scuff sanding. So you're really not doing anything except for breaking up that finish just a little bit that's on the top. That's what scuff sanding is. You would do that all over the piece.
You're just taking the shine off of it,
kind of buffing it down a little bit, just kind of breaking through that factory finish a little bit. Yes. Okay, so I was talking about the ladies in the makeup department. So guess what? We always say they woke up this morning and they put their panties on the same way we put our panties on. You know what? They stepped into those pants the same way we stepped into our pants. Same thing with furniture pieces. You've got, is that like a crazy, stupid analogy? Probably. I know what I'm talking about. When you see a super fancy piece of furniture, just know that underneath all that stencil and all the waxes and the layers and the sea spray and everything else that someone's put on there, it started out as a basic piece of furniture, and it started with a base coat. And if you're new, start with a base coat. It's a baby step. It's okay. Just start with a base coat. Eat that elephant one bite at a time. Don't worry about it. Do a base coat and let it sit in your room for just a few days. Let it sit in your shop. Thank you, Claudia. For just a couple days, and look at it and then go, do I dare? Do I dare take that next step that Tracey showed me on in that video that night? I think I'm going to. And then you start the next step, but just get your base coat on, okay? All right, so I've got 3 colors. I'm using Tea Rose, and what one is this one? Tea Rose, Sawmill Gravy, and Gravel Road. Those are the 3 colors that I'm going to use on this piece, inspired by a wall hanging that I saw in Hobby Lobby. All right, this is a brand new. I'm gonna open this up and then I'm gonna show y'all the 3 lids. I'm gonna show y'all the three little lids, not to be confused with this 3 little pigs. I'll show you these 3 little lids. And then I'll tell you which color I'm gonna put on first and why. Here we go. These are, I feel like a waiter or a waitress. These are my 3 colors right here. This is Sawmill Gravy. The pink is the Tea Rose. And the dark charcoal color is called Gravel Road. It's a dark gray that's from has some brown undertones in it. So we have these 3 colors, and then I know for 100% fact that this piece is also gonna get some gold leafing, some actual gold leaf, all right, as accents, because that was on the Hobby Lobby thing. All right, so when you are going to use 3 colors, one is usually going to be like your highlighter color. The dark one's going to be for shadowing, and the middle one is going to be like your overall color. It's where you start. Or if you're using 3 colors and you're going from top to bottom, what they call an ombre look, you start at the top and you ombre your way down, whatever the heck ombre means. So I would start with the lighter color at the top, work my way down into the pink, and then all the way down into the Gravel Road. But I'm not gonna do ombre. So I am gonna start off by painting my piece in Tea Rose, and we're gonna slap some paint on right now. Something else I wanna tell you. This is a brand new jar of Dixie Belle paint, okay? It's brand new. It has, okay, here's a stick. So this is what it looks like, just like this. All right, this is the consistency. It's a thicker chalk paint for sure. I had worked with another chalk paint company for, I don't know, a couple years, and their paint was much, much thinner than this, and that's what I just thought chalk paint was until I tried Dixie Belle, and I was like, whoa! Like the angels sang. Like, this stuff is amazing, and you can hear it when you're painting it on your furniture. You can hear the minerals in the paint. You can hear like, shh, when you paint it. It is such a satisfying feeling to me. But the beauty of it is, let's say you want to do more of a watercolor look or a water wash look. All you do is pour some of this into another little bowl and you add water to it. And you stir it up and you make it really, really thin. And then you can do like a wash or a stain almost, okay? Or like get glazed effects that way. The other thing you can do is pour some into a bowl and leave it sitting out. Or take your lid off and let your little jar sit out. This paint will start to thicken up. It will get really, really thick, and you can put it on and get almost texture on your furniture by painting with a much thicker paint. So you have all these options. Let's hear the angels sing again. It's my angels. Hopefully angels sound better than that. I am not Malia, by the way. If Malia's still watching, Malia can sing, Tracey cannot. But I do have some tricks up my sleeve, and I'm going to be sharing those with y'all very soon in a video. Just letting you know. Practicing my tricks, and I'm going to share them with y'all, every single one of you. I know I did as it was thick, really thick, but not options like Dixie Belle. I heard angels with Dixie Belle. Yes, exactly. All right, so this right here, I've already shook it up. Which word is that? This is Tea Rose. It is a beautiful beigey pink. Is that the right word? Here we go. You ready? Angels. You hear them? So you're new. You're brand new. You're brand new to painting. And you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? My husband's going to kill me when he gets home. I painted our nightstand. Oh my gosh, I hope it looks good. Guess what? This coat is not going to look good. This is your first coat. It is called your scratch coat. It's your scratch coat, meaning it's your crap coat. It's going to look ugly. You hear him, Amber, right? So it's not going to look great. I promise you that. You're going to be able to see through a little bit of it. However, Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral Paint has crazy coverage. It's it's highly pigmented. So honestly, if you were doing like a dry brush look or going for a shabby chic look, or let's say you wanted to distress a piece of furniture, which what happened to that? Nobody wants to distress furniture anymore. It'll come back though, don't you worry. Everything goes full circle. One coat would be great. Just one coat, and then get that electric sander out and go crazy with it, and that'd be great. But we're not gonna do that. We are gonna build on this, but we're gonna do the entire thing in tea rose. Now, next tip, and then we're probably gonna have to call it quits because we are running close on time. This little buddy, this is your buddy. This is called a mister bottle. He's a mister, but he's also a mister. So he sprays.
Deb has a question. She
Yes.
said it may be answered here. Whether I need to slick stick before silk on shiny furniture or sanding and silk is enough.
Sanding and silk, scuff sanding and painting with silk should be enough. It's either use your slick stick if you're in question, or scuff sand, one or the other. Is that good? Is that a good answer? Okay, so this right here is a mister bottle. So let's say the phone rang, or our 3-year-old came out, or the dog knocked over something, and we got to walk away, and we were in the middle of, like, you know, it looks like that. We're in the middle of all that, and you ran out, and you came back, and you're like, oh, my brush marks are in every different direction, and you know, what am I going to do? Well, it's real easy. It's real easy. Let me tell you how to do this. You can go away for a couple of hours and come back and still have this option, even if that paint is dry to touch. All you need to do is reactivate your paint with this little bottle right here. So if you don't like the way it looks right here, then you just take your little mister bottle, or you don't have to have the mister bottle. You can use this squirt spray bottle, but this gives a direct, like, hard coat spray. This gives a continuous mist. It's a misting bottle. These are available on Dixie Belle with my link as well.
Yeah, it's a wrinkle getter outer.
Oh yes, Matt said it's a wrinkle getter outer. He uses this on his shirts in the morning to get wrinkles out. Okay, so you take it and you just go like this. You just go across it, just like that. So you've walked out of the garage and you came back and it's dry. So just spritz over it and let it just sit for just a second. Just let it sit a second. And then you might want to get your brush, dip it in some fresh paint.
What kind of brush?
Oh, brush. Gosh, there's so much to cover for newbies. Brush. This is my flat medium right here. I'm sorry, no, this is my mini. I usually use a flat medium, but mine were dirty and I didn't want to open a new one. And I didn't finish washing. This is my mini. Mini is probably the most popular brush. I love it. You can see it's been around about 100 years. You see that? Mini. This is the synthetic mini brush. I also have up here, I want to show you the difference. This is the mini angled brush. See? This is.
Get that at Dixie Belle?
Yes, you can get this as Dixie Belle as well. This is the straight brush. This is the angled brush. Debbie put up the mini and the flat medium, which are two of my very favorite brushes. So the angle brush, this is one that I've had a really, really, really long time. It's got lots of old paint embedded on it, but it still works beautifully. And do you see how it's bounced back? This one's probably only been used about 5 times. And look how similar they are. These synthetic brushes, you pay a little more up front for them, y'all. This is not a sales pitch. This is a sister helping a sister out. You pay a little bit more for them. They're not your $5 brush from Home Depot. But that $5 brush is going to go in the trash can after a few uses. This will not. This is the difference. They bounce back. I mean, do they really look any different? This one's been used over and over and over and over and over. Okay, so that's that. Any brush will work. You do not have to have a specific brush to do a base coat. You can even use the chip brush. This is a Dixie Belle chip brush. It's not there's a real, like the thin, cheapy chip brushes on Dixie Belle, but this is called a premium. It actually says premium on the handle, a premium chip brush. I use these all the time. I use these for pouncing. I use them when I use sea spray. They also wash up. They last forever. This is also another brush called the Scarlet. This is the Scarlet brush. The thing about the Scarlet brush is look at the difference in the size. So you get more coverage with the Scarlet brush. Less, one way to the other. And it has a different, super thin handle, really easy to use, easy on the hands. A lot of my ladies that follow me have a lot of arthritis in their hands, and holding on to the handles can be a little difficult, but the mini handles are shorter and they help. And then this one's very helpful for that because you can just kind of nestle it up into the palm of your hand and brush more like this. It's a little bit easier. Okay. Okay, so we're back to this. We reactivated our water and we dipped our brush back in. Let's do it again. Let's give it a little spritz, and then your paint loosens back up and it starts to just spread like butter. Yeah, go ahead, babe.
Another question from Deb. She says she loves the tutorial. One more question. If I do silk plus a transfer, do I then have to seal the whole thing with a top coat, or do I wax instead? Which protects the transfer best?
I would not use wax on the transfer. If you're wanting to use, I use stencils on silk. I do my teapots. I've done several teapots. Has anyone seen my teapots? So I've done a little miniature Alice in Wonderland teapot set in silk, and I also did, the most recent was the steampunk teapot set. That's silk as well. So you paint in silk, doesn't matter if it's furniture or my teapot, it doesn't matter, the steps are the same. You paint, your silk dries, and then I applied my transfer straight to it, but then I still top coated in a satin top coat because you have to put something on top of your transfer. So I would not put wax over.
How do you hold your brush?
How do I hold it?
Yeah, like pencil. Somebody was commenting that, Julie, she said knowing how to hold the brush helps.
Oh.
She didn't know when she started.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I hold it just like this. That's how I hold it. Just kind of like if it were I guess if you took that out and made that a pencil, yes. Same thing. Yeah, just like you're using it as, like you're going to write with it. Yeah, that's a good point. However, the scarlet sits kind of in the palm of your hand, and you work it, well, this isn't wet, but you work it, the scarlet, you work like this. But yeah, for sure. The synthetic brushes are amazing though. Okay, so you've done this. You're going to do this all over your piece. You can even, if your paint starts to feel thick, you can spray your piece a little bit, or you can spray your brush with water and then just dip it in your jar or your bowl, whatever you're doing, and it just goes on like butter. It's so easy. And the beauty of it is, if you're using a synthetic brush and you're using a little bit of water in your paint, you're going to get so few brush strokes that it will blow your mind. Dixie Belle is already a self-leveling paint, so in and of itself, it's going to level out pretty well. But some people are really wigged out about brush strokes. I'm not one of those. It's hand painted. I don't mind the brush strokes, but some people are. And you can get a nearly brush stroke free finish with a Mr. Bottle.
Thanks, Debbie. I think you are being helpful. It's not salesy. But people always ask, how do I find that, or where do I get it? So.
Oh, what is she saying? What did she ask?
The links are helpful for everyone. I don't want to be salesy.
Yes, thanks you guys. Debbie is sharing links. I think she's just trying to be helpful because people always ask. Minis are my all-time favorite, a must-have for the newbies. I agree, Erin. How are you, Erin? I totally agree. I love the minis, but I really, do you have a flat medium over there, babe? Do you have a flat medium that's open, or in the, maybe in a package? Probably far left. They're the more narrow looking ones. I'm just trying to watch the time because I know Emily with Weathered Hearts Designs comes on right behind me. Woo! You scared me.
Is that it?
Yes. Okay, so this is my flat medium. This is in a, now do you see the handle's longer? So this is a mini. This is a flat medium. The handle's longer here, but it's still like ergodynamically correct in your hand. And then, look, let me show you. Let me open this. This is a brand new brush, what they look like. And then this is the one that I've had forever and ever, different sizes. And then this is the one that's been used about 5 times. So they're just so soft, super soft. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with this, you guys. You can get this far. You can get this far. Go ahead, do your thing. Decide what you're inspired by. pick your colors. You've got your little checklist of what you need to order. You can find a local retailer in your area with my link. You can go up and put your zip code in and they'll tell you if you have a store near you, if you want to go in and see and feel and touch the paint, or you can just take my word for it and order online. It will be delivered to your door and you can start your project. So get this far, okay? This is how far I want you to get. And then we will come back next week. I will have this whole thing in pink next week, and then I'll meet with you here again, same time, same place, and we'll start doing a little bit of the artistic building, okay? So right now we're all putting our pants on the same way. We're all just doing pink.
Real quick.
And you can do any color that you want.
Can you blend with those brushes as well?
Oh, yes. Yeah. You know, blending, we have brushes that are better for that type of technique, which we will be doing, and I'll introduce those to you next week. But you don't have to have special brushes. I can blend with a chalk brush. I mean a chip brush. You know, you can blend with water, y'all. I do what's called water blending. You can blend with water. Okay, I'm gonna start closing this video up and saying one more time that I would love it if you would follow me at Tracy's Fancy. Thank you all for being so wonderful and so kind and so caring to each other. And also, if you are looking for any tutorials or anything like that, you can check out my website at traceysfancy.com as well. I have about 7 years worth of blogs over there for you. You are so welcome. I've loved being with y'all tonight. I am going to head over to my own Facebook page right now and continue working around this thing. And the rest of y'all, maybe we will see y'all tonight a little bit later, or I'll see y'all on my website, okay? I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Get your piece done. Go put your pants on like everybody else, okay? We'll talk to y'all later. Thank you. Bye. Hey guys. Hello. Got a little internet glitch. Please say hello if you come on. My name is Tracy and I am with Tracy's Fancy because you're on my page right here, and we are going to be painting tonight. I'm going to say hello first. Yay. Hello. We got some people on. Hi. Okay, well, hopefully you were Nina. Hello, Nina. Hopefully y'all were watching over on Dixie Belle's paint page because I've been over there for about 50 minutes telling all about the basics. All about the basics of painting furniture. If you missed that, you can watch it on replay. Hello, Miss Margot. Hi, guys. Hello, Lisa Jo from Canada. Hi, sweet Liz. Hello. So this is how far we got. We just did a simple base coat, one single base coat here using Dixie Belle's Tea Rose. Basically, all we've done so far is cleaned the piece really well, took the hardware off, cleaned it, and talked a lot about brushes, talked about water, talked about the paint itself, and talked about doing this base coat, scratch coat. And we pretty much got the front covered. I'm going to do a little bit more of the front, and then Matt is going to come over here and turn it for me. What? Nina, you're kidding. You're kidding. Hi, Amber. Aw, well, we missed you over there. Hi, Miss Pat. We missed you over there. Nina, I wonder what happened. I was there. We were all there. We were all there. I need to take a sip of this water. I talked a lot. Tonight. Hold up. That's good. Debbie from Corpus Christi. Hi. We were just there. Another Canadian. Hi, guys. One leg at a time, Amber. That's right. That is right. So we talked about over there that, you know, we see, sometimes I think, especially the furniture artists, those of us that are like in it every single day, we get caught up in trying to raise the bar, and just, you know, making pieces more and more fabulous and more attention getting and all of those things. Why is my light like that? And in all honesty, I think it can be a little bit discouraging to people who are just starting out. So I decided today, very last minute, that I wanted to do this video about the basics. And does that mean that this piece is going to stay basic? No, I'm probably going to make it something beautiful. But I wanted to talk about the basics with everyone first. And no matter what, we start out right just like this. Now this right here might be something that someone could be very, very proud of. This very basic one color finish. Paint the hardware gold, put it on, and it looks amazing, right? Debbie, I'm glad you're here too. Ooh, I almost dipped in the wrong color. Sometimes, you know, you're painting and you dip in your coffee. Someone could be really proud of this, and they should be. But what I talked about was, get your paint on there, get your base coat on, do the basics, and then sit with it for a few days. Just let it sit in the garage for a couple days, or your shop, or your kitchen, or wherever it is that you're painting. Just sit with it for a few days and then decide, am I good with that? Or do I want to try that tutorial that Tracey talked about? Do I want to try some shading? Do I want to try some highlighting or some, adding some waxes or something like that? Or maybe it's not in your budget to do those things. Maybe it's not in your budget to purchase paint and wax and stencils and transfers. And, you know, it's not cheap. It's not. So, no, Janet, I did not. I did not use B.O.S.S. Oh, good, Lynn. Yay. That's awesome. No, I didn't use B.O.S.S. I just cleaned it and painted.
Aaron says you've made this so easy for a newbie. As you said, it can be intimidating and often people overcomplicate it. You've been comprehensive and so informative and real.
Oh my gosh, Aaron. Is that in type? Can you screenshot that? I'm going to use that as a testimonial. Seriously, screenshot it.
I don't know how to do that.
He doesn't know how to screenshot it. Thank you so much. Oh, Margot, y'all are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, that was my goal. That's my goal for tonight. So look, pretty cool, right? It already has a completely different look. Let me paint this one side over here. And then we're going to have Matt kind of join over and we'll get this thing flipped around. Now, I'm not adding any water, but you can. Remember, we talked about that. It'll go, especially if you have cracks and crevices. So look at this right here. You see this thing? Like this molding, that embellishment there in the wood. If you have that, sometimes it's hard. You put your brush and you're like trying to get in there. You can do two things. You can pounce it. This is called pouncing. So you do like this. Just pounce it, just like that. Or you can take your water, put paint on it, take your water and spray it, and that water just gets it down in the little cracks. The water does it for you. So that is a beauty of using water with your paint.
What color is that you're using?
This is tea rose. It's a very, very light, like a ballet slipper pink that has beige undertones in it. So the piece itself, for right now, starting out, tonight is only going to be tea rose. That's all we're doing because I want to take pictures of it in stages and show that, you know, it may be super simple to some of us to see a piece done like this, but to someone else, it may be exactly what they had in mind. It may be all that they have, all that they're equipped to do right now. This may be enough, and that's okay. Like I said, spray paint the hardware gold, stick it back on, and you've got a beautiful piece. And then you can decide if you want to take it to the next level or not. Okay, babe. Will you come?
Right.
So while he's doing that, I'm going to show you the other colors that's going to be with this. So this...
I'm going to need a hand, I think.
You are?
Probably.
Okay. This is tea rose. And we're also going to be using, this is sawmill gravy, which is it's like a color of gravy, like that your grandma makes. And then this, are you good? Oh, Lord. Yeah. Will it go down? Oh, we probably need to put on the lid.
Got my foot stuck.
Oh. Babe, I think we need to be on the thing, the gray thing. Can we put it on the gray thing?
It's not complicated. Just roll the palette towards you.
Yeah. Lift. I'm pushing it. Oh, towards me?
Yeah.
You're not.
There. Good enough.
No, are you serious? my
What?
gosh. It's like a cattywampus. Okay, fine. Okay, wait, I'm sorry.
There.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome, honey.
It's cattywampus big time. Okay, I was trying to show y'all the colors before he tried to squish his foot. This is sawmill gravy, and this dark charcoal gray, which I love, has brown undertones in it. And this one is, it's a dark gray with brown undertones, and it's called Gravel Road, and I love it.
Who wants to know if that's your daughter's new bikini top in your hair?
That is, you're not the first person to ask me that. Who asked me that?
Where'd it go?
Oops.
Lisa Ayers.
This is not my daughter's bikini top. It is a scarf, and it has Brussels sprouts on it, which can you imagine if she had a bathing suit with Brussels sprouts on it? Smarty pants. It's a scarf. It's a real scarf. Promise. Whose phone's ringing? Liz. That's how I had 3 Zooms back to back today, girl, and my phone was blowing up. I'm like, people. I'm busy. Okay, so this piece, we've already cleaned this side. It's already been cleaned with white lining. We're treating it just like we did on the front. I'm super excited about this inset right here because I think I'm going to have to Tracy's fancy this a little bit in this square. Huh? Hey, Lizon, my sunshine. Hi, baby girl. My daughter. Okay, so we've cleaned it. We've dried it. We've cleaned it, rinsed it, dried it. Here we go. I'm going to fill it in with some pink paint. This is our scratch coat, guys. It does not have to be beautiful. We are going to give another coat on top of this. And even if you are stopping after just one color, you still probably want to do a second coat. It's a little thick to me, okay? Can you hear it? Listen. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can. So if you spray it, just a...
Clench my jaw.
What makes you clench your jaw?
That noise.
You don't like that noise?
It's like skis on snow.
It does sound like skis on snow. That's exactly what it sounds like. Michelle, yes, Michelle. Hi, Michelle, that is so funny that you guessed the black and white stripes on the legs, on those feet. You totally guessed that. You totally guessed it. I'm totally doing that. Except it's probably not going to be black and white. It's going to be Gravel Road and Sawmill Gravy. That's what I'm thinking. So, Haley, is Haley still on? Haley, the piece that I was inspired by, these paint colors. Haley, do you remember the piece that we saw at Hobby Lobby? Do you remember the wall art that we saw that I took a picture of and we were like, oh, that's so pretty, and it had the gold leaf on it? That's what this is going to match. That was the inspiration for this piece of furniture, was that day that you and I were in Hobby Lobby. Yeah, he said it sounds like skis on ice, and it really does. And I like it. I love that sound. But to me, what you're hearing is the minerals, the chalk mineral, the clay minerals and the chalk inside the paint. And I love that. It means that it's full-bodied. It's a full-bodied paint. Yes, Haley, yeah, you're still there. You remember that piece, right? The wall art? I saved it in my phone. I took a picture of it that day. So that's where I'm going with this piece. Full-bodied, babe. That's what I'm going to call myself. I'm a full-bodied woman. Full-bodied. I like it.
That means something else.
Oh, it does? I think it means you got some grit, some stoutness. Trisha, hi, hun. Hi there. Me too, Melissa. Do the other ambassadors that y'all see, do they talk about it? Because I really like the sound. What do they call that? ASMR? ASMR, right? You too, Haley? They call it ASMR, I think. Zadie used to watch the videos of the slime people, and they make all those sticky noises and stuff. And I was like, babe, those people aren't even talking. What are you doing? She's like, I'm watching, Mom. It's so satisfying. It's called ASMR. It's when she was little. She was like 8 or something like that. And I was like, what? Amber, some yoga poses. I do. I have some tricks up my sleeve. I'm going to start putting them on my page because, you know why? I'm going to tell you why. I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of over the people dancing while they're chalk painting because it's just not normal. It's not. I mean, I might have some happy moments and I'm out here singing and stuff and being silly, but I'm not dancing while I'm painting. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I decided I would start doing my own weird stuff. My husband does not think that I should, but you know, I got some skills. I got some mad skills. All right, so do you see here, there's some deep cracks right here. So you put this paint on and it's getting in there pretty good, but what makes it even easier is if you take your bottle, you know, just give a little spritz like that, and it just starts running down in all those little, ooh, look at that. You don't even have to work it. Now, if you want a little bit of an arm work, don't use any water because you've got to kind of work it a little bit. But if you want it to just kind of do its own thing, yeah, just spray it with a little bit of water. It just goes right in there. Spreads in beautifully. Dries without any brush strokes. Do the same thing over here.
What video was disappointing for Dixie Belle?
Do what?
Amber says you're correct. That video was really disappointing for DB.
I'm just gonna not say anything. Just surprising. So anyway, yeah. Spray him a little water here. Keeping it, we're all about love. We're all about love. That was not, by the way, directed at any one person. It's all over. And I get it. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. I know that's what it's about. But it really has nothing to do. You really, I promise, you can paint without dancing skills. I promise you can. I promise you can have beautiful pieces and not be able to carry a beat. Yeah. I won't be dancing, I will tell you that. All right, so this side is done. Oh, this is making me think of something because I just saw my drawers, okay? So not my drawers, not like my drawers, but the drawers fell out. So let me show you something. Hold it. Please hold. No, well, it would be not. Yeah, can you come help?
It's going to be all wet. I can get that drawer out.
Yeah, can you get the drawer out for me? Okay, there was a little chunk of something in there, so I just got it with my finger. You can use your brush. If you have a little chunk of something, you can just get it with your brush. I got it with my finger, so then you just need to go back in and kind of work out where you put your finger. Wait, can you hold it to me? Hold it to me. Can you hold it to me? Okay, so the hardware's in there and the screwdriver. Sorry about all the racket. So here's the drawers. We had the drawers closed, right, when we were painting. I didn't do this, and I should have. Darn it, I should have done this on the Dixie Belle page. So look at what the drawers look like, because they were closed. You don't want to leave it like that at all. So you want to take your brush and dip it just a little bit like that, just tiny, like a tiny amount on the, and come at it from this angle and just kind of, just like that. If you do it like this and you run it up, you may get paint on the back side, which if it's your piece and you're not worried about it, but like if I'm sending a piece to someone, I want it to be pretty clean. So same thing with the other side. Same thing with this side right here. Dip your brush just a smidge and come at it from above the blank side. This is the blank side back here.
This is T Rose paint.
T Rose. This is T Rose. T Rose. I love it. Okay.
You gotta go. Catch you later.
Bye, Lynn, hun. Get in touch with me when you're here. I didn't know you were going to be here. Wow, it seems like forever ago that you were here. Okay, so that's that. Now the top, travel safe, hun. The top of it, see that? See the top? Same thing. So I'm going to dip my paint. So you don't have to take your drawer out to do this. I would do this with it in place. I just should have opened it up and done it. So here we go. Now, see how I'm kind of going at it from the top edge? I don't want to go like this because I'm going to do it. So if I do that, you can look on the inside of your drawer and you'll have all kinds of paint built up. It grabbed that edge of your paintbrush and it offloaded paint onto the inside, and it'll make a really thick band. So I just come straight at it, just kind of hit it like this, And then just do my brush lightly, just like that, just to kind of straighten it out. And that's it. So also when you turn your things at different angles, you can see like underneath here, I didn't get that edge very well right there. You see that? See? I'm not worried about it. It's my scratch coat. I'm not worried about it. It's my first coat. Plus we're going to be doing all sorts of shading and highlighting, and that corner, a lot of this paint won't even be seen by the time we build on it and layer on it. Okay? So I think that's it. Let me see. Does anyone have any specific questions? Joy, hi, honey. I'm going to say for a while you were looking a little too thin. You're so sweet, Joy. I know. You know what? I know. And I haven't done anything new in my diet, but I think my body just going through that healing process, I did. I got super, super skinny. So yeah, I'm very comfortable where I am right now, and I still don't have to really think about it, or I just am comfortable where I am. So thank you. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, don't miss that too much. It still happens. Don't miss it. Do I paint the bottom edge? No, I do not. This edge? No, I don't. This edge is I want that to be, first of all, it's not finished out either. It's got a little bit of stain on there, but it's the company that even did it didn't even put the finishing coat on there. It's just raw with the stain color. It doesn't have that factory finish on it. I don't want to add a layer of paint on there and then it catch. It's just one more layer in between where the drawer closes. So I'm just going to leave that raw.
How often do you stir your paint? Do you?
I do. Well, I shake it. I'm a shaker. I'm a paint shaker. No, when I first get it, thank you, Amber. When I first get it, I do stir it. In fact, I use my sticks from my rubbing transfer sticks that I get out of my transfers. I save these, and I use these to stir my paint. So a brand new jar, I do stir. And then I just shake. And when you shake it, it gets in your lid, and then a lot of times I just use my lid. Like tonight when I was painting, I used a lot of my lid paint. See? You can see where I dab in. I do notice the chalk settles to the bottom. Janet, you know what? I think out of just habit, so I stir it when it gets to me, or when I open it. The very first time I open a jar, I stir it, because I want to make sure that I've got all the chalk and the minerals stirred up from the bottom, for sure. And then, I'm using that pink paint, and then I may go in for the night and come back out the next day, and I pick that jar up, and it's just habit. I just start shaking it, and it shakes up really well. Because once you've used a little bit, it has a lot of room to move around inside the jar, and it shakes up just fine. Good question, though. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. Thank y'all for joining me over on Dixie Belle's page as well. I hope I've answered a lot of questions. If you missed the Dixie Belle video, we will have it shared, if we have not already, onto my page right here, and you guys can watch the replay. It's got a lot of I think it will answer most beginners' questions and give you the confidence that you need to get started on your very first piece. So you're welcome, Juana. I hope to see you very, very soon. Yeah, it's just a habit, right? It's just a habit. And then, like Brandy, this is Brandy's habit. My habit is to shake the jar. Y'all have a good night too, all right? We'll see you guys soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.